In this video we will do an example for against a class that contains both static and non-static data members along with static and non-static methods. The name of the class is saving accounts. It has one static data member annual interest rate to store the interest rate, and it has a private data member balance, saving balance, to indicate the balance for the account. It has one method called the calculate monthly interest that calculates the monthly interest by multiplying balance by the annual interest rate divided by 12, and this interest is then added to the balance. Then it has a static function that can modify the interest rate and set it to a new value. Right? Now I will create the definition for the class, and we'll see that which methods are declared static and why they are static, and which methods are non-static and why do we declare them as non-static. So let's start right. The name for the class is saving account, as described in the question, that it has one data member annual interest rate. We have to declare this data member as static, and there is a non-static data member balance. As every account has its own balance, so this is understandable that the balance should be non-static, as it is not a data member that belongs to the class. It belongs to the object. Every saving account object will have its own balance, so this balance data member is non-static. The rate is same for all the accounts that you will create, so it is a static variable. It is shared, right? So value is same for all the accounts that you will create in the runner. That is why it is a static variable. Then I have created a constructor, an argument constructor here. The next requirement was to create a member function monthly interest rate that basically calculates the monthly interest by multiplying balance with the interest rate. So let's write definition for this function. As it updates the balance, so the return type is void. It does not require any argument, anything from the client, so it won't have any arguments. Here we can update the saving balance. And this has to be divided by 12. So this amount will be added to the saving balance, and after the calculation of monthly interest, the balance will be updated. Here you can see that calculate monthly interest rate is not declared static because it is working on a non-static data member. So we saw it in the video that whenever you are using a non-static variable, the method cannot be declared static, right? And obviously every account has can call this method. It is not the method that belongs to the class. It will be called by the object, as every object will provide the balance, and then the monthly interest will be computed. So this method should not be declared as static. So the next requirement was to create a member function that modifies the interest rate and it sets it to a new value. So because annual interest rate is a static variable, so I can create the function that resets the value for the annual interest rate as a static function. It will receive a value from outside, and that value can be assigned to the static variable. So as the annual interest rate was static, therefore the setter for the annual interest rate is also declared as static, so that we can reset the interest rate even when no object is present in the runner. This completes our class definition. This class has one static, one non-static data member, one non-static method, and a static method. Let's write the runner. Let's see what are the details for the runner. The runner should contain two objects initialized to this balance. Then the interest rate is set to be 3, and then you need to call the calculate interest function for both objects, and then you need to reset the annual interest rate to 4, and then recalculate the interest rate for both accounts. So let's write the runner. As mentioned in the question, I have created two accounts, A1 and A2, and then I need to set annual interest rate to 3. So I am using class name for calling the setter for annual interest rate, and I'm setting it to 3, right? Then I can call the monthly interest rate function, calculate monthly interest rate, and calculate the monthly interest rate for second account. Then the question asks to reset annual interest rate to 4, so I can again use the class name to reset the value of the annual interest rate, and then I can again calculate the monthly interest for both accounts. So here you can see that inside the runner, the static method can be called by using the class name, and the non-static method has been called by using the object's name. In the next example, I want to show you how you can create a class where which is basically a helper class where all the methods, they are declared as static. Let's create that class. So the class name is calculator, and this class is basically a helper class. It provides user opportunity to add, subtract, multiply and divide any two integer values, right? So the point I need to make here is that in this class, this kind of class does not require any data. It basically takes some input, all the functions here take some input, do some processing and return the answer. So creating objects out of this class is not logical. It is better to add static methods inside this class. Each static method takes some input, do some processing and return you the answer instead of creating object. Basically objects are not required here because there are no data members, there is no state. You just need a bunch of functions that perform tasks for you. This is the way how the library function or the math library has also been designed, where you supply the arguments and you get your answer. So if you analyze this class calculator, it has no data members and it has all static functions. It is a 2-digit calculator, so you can provide two integers and you can add them, receive the answer. You can provide two integers, subtract them, multiply them and divide them. Inside the runner, I have called all these functions using the class name, as there is no need to create the object. You can create the object for this class as well, and you can call these functions using that object name, but actually it is useless to create the object as they are static functions. They can be called by using the class name, and also object generation is useless here as we don't need any data members to be created in memory that represent the state of the object. There is no state, this is a bunch of functions that provide you some kind of help, so you just call them using the class name. So these if you are designing something like this, so you will be creating all the functions in that class as static, and the user of the class can call these functions by using the class name. I hope that the concept of static methods and non-static methods along with static data and non-static data is clear now. Still, if you have any queries, then you can have the discussion in the QA session. Thank you, students.